Hi Jeffrey, I wanted to give you some video feedback. Great start. Certainly have no problem here with your accessibility. Everything is going to be really easy to read, and that's always where we want you to be to start with for sure. You may want to go into your header back here and make it opaque 100%, and then we won't have overlapping like that. You'll see it on your other pages. All right? Professional photo. Let's get into your image first up here, and then you can put this below it. That will be the most eye-catching. All right. And you could always make one of these full screen if you want. You're not tied down to this size, but sometimes the resolution needs to be small. Okay. All right, so let's look at your contact. All right, good. Nice. You may not need this, although it is good for accessibility, but probably we want to align a little better. This might be a little large, and they may need to be just a little bit closer. There's actually a brand style guide for these companies, and they tell us just how close they want them. They usually can't be more than half of an icon apart. Just something to think about. And yeah, when you make this background solid in your header, that's not going to happen. You won't have overlap. All right, let's take a look at the mobile. Let's close this up. That'll be a little smaller, probably center those. You could also put them down here, and that would be less of an issue. I think you're going to move that up. Little space here, but check it afterwards. Anything you do on your desktop will be carrying over to your mobile, but what you do on your mobile will not go and change your desktop. A little bit of spacing. Usually that's all that needs to be done over there. All right. Terrific job. Great job, Jeffrey. Really happy with this. I will show you one of the things that you can do if you want. You can now duplicate your site by going to Site and Duplicate and renaming it. You will need to publish and resend that next week with your final, because it will be a separate site. But then once you do that, you can go in, headings, you already have it frozen. I want this one highlighted. Okay, that's the one I want to take out. And now my menu is going to disappear, but I can come up here and I can go down to Menu and Anchor and stay with the themes, and I can bring that over here. Now, that's not really what I want either. I don't like that one. But what you can do in the future, of course, you'll probably do this before, right? Before you'll get rid of your columns beforehand if that's what you want to do. And then this one, we need to work on the design of this one because the background isn't going to work there. Menu items. That's okay, but I want the hover to be, let's see, a different color, maybe opaque. You can play around with that. The current page, I don't think I want black, is the thing. Okay, so you can play around with that and see what you like. Do it on your duplicate so you're safe. There's also a history button that you can go back and get rid of some things, but it's just easier if you duplicate it. You can make lots of free sites here. All right. Have fun, and I'll look forward to seeing what you have next week.